Welcome back. Now, the 2025 Investing in African Mining Indaba wrapped up yesterday. One of the highlights of the event was the announcement from Sasol, Anglo and De Beers. The three companies will create a joint venture to pilot the production of renewable diesel from vegetable oil. Bronwyn caught up with Danie Cronje, Senior Vice President of Green Hydrogen Global Market Development at Sasol, and kicked off the conversation by asking him just how long this deal has been in the making. Here's what he had to say.
It's been quite a while for us to iron out all the details. So I think, from idea conception, it took us a couple of months to land it. And really, it was to ensure that we align on the outcomes that will work for both of the partners and what we want to achieve from that perspective. Now, these ideas, it's not somebody's idea that just originates. We want to pen it into an agreement. It is a bit forming it together and actually understanding the objectives of the partners and how we can find a way of actually delivering on those objectives together. That makes us stronger at the end of the day.
Do you have proof of concept yet?
So this is a bit of a proof of concept in many ways. So this JDA marks really the start of a test period for us to work out the details. And what it entails really is that we first develop and plant energy crops. These energy crops will be planted on land that will be provided by our partners in De Beers and Anglo, as well as Sasol. And we really want to test what the yields of the energy crops are and take the data from that then to see how we take that into a commercial process. What we also know is that our plant can cope and can process these volumes, and we'll be finalizing that test in the next few weeks just to confirm that. And then it's all about how do we maximize the value and set up the supply chain to ensure that it makes sense from a commercialization perspective to achieve our objectives.
So is it a costly exercise then for any of the parties to test the viability of this?
There's some cost associated with it, and what's nice about this, in fact, is that there's not major capital expenditure, first of all, required. So the cost involved here really is planting the seeds, growing that with the right fertilizers and water and all the labor that goes with that. And also our plants can deal with the volumes that we're talking for the test period. So for now, there's not a lot of capital. What's really nice about the product that we produce at the end of the day, the renewable diesel, it's a transformative product. It meets the technical standards of a conventional diesel, but it comes with that significant reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. So our customers like Anglo and De Beers can literally just take the product and use it in the current equipment, in the current vehicles, in the current trucks. So there's no additional expenditure from that perspective onwards. So it's the initial phase is at pretty low cost overall. Once we go into commercialization phases, further capital expenditure will be required, and that's where some cost will come in.
So a solution really fit for purpose then. But Danie, put it into perspective for us. Give us a sense of how much land is needed, how much fuel can be extracted from that, and then in the greater scheme of things, how much of that fuel then meets De Beers' needs. I know this is just a test kind of at the moment, but as you move forward, I'm trying to get a sense of, how much are you putting in, how much are you getting out? Is this nice to have, or is this something that really comes to the fore as a permanent solution?
It's certainly, we think it can become a permanent solution. There's lots of development that needs to happen from a long-term supply chain development perspective. But just to give you a bit of a sense, De Beers' overall volumes are around 400 million. We think the market, by the way, is a lot bigger if I look at all our other customers. So there's a really big market in South Africa for this. On the test period, the big thing that we need to now see is what the yields are from these energy crops, and do we get what we expect to get from that. standard sort of return that we expect, it's between 2,000 to 3,000 liters of oil per hectare. So there is a lot of hectare that you need to plant at the end of the day to make it commercially viable. But the nice part about this is there's lots of disturbed mining land available. So we don't believe that land is the issue. It's really about making sure that we can get the crops planted at scale, and it gets us to a cost-effective yield to make it work for us at the end of the day. So the combination of the yields versus the cost to plant the crops, that's the part that we want to test and to make sure that we can get that cost as low as possible to make this efficient product at the end of the day.
So we'll have to see where it goes. You are saying that it makes sense for the miners, but I'm wondering, does this necessarily mean that you can take this model now and go to other players in perhaps other sectors, sectors that are, heavily reliant on diesel, that can make use of renewable diesel going forward?
Absolutely. So the product really meets the same chemical spec as conventional fossil diesel. So any customer that uses diesel can actually use this product in their processes. You can put that in your diesel car that you drive today, and it will work perfectly fine. It's no different than conventional diesel. It's the input that changes from oil-based input into a vegetable oil-based, and then we achieve that lower carbon emissions associated with that product. And therefore, it's a really exciting opportunity for us to enter the market into.
And it really does come at such a crucial time, right, as everyone looks to make their operations more sustainable.
Correct, and there's a number of key ingredients to this partnership that we're very excited about. We think we can really use our disturbed mining land and its water to feed and grow the plants. It will create lots of jobs. It will create farming jobs in areas that really need it. It reduces our greenhouse gas emissions. We really think we've got a winner here, and we're going to make it our best to make it work for us at the end of the day.
That was Danie Cronje, Senior Vice President of Green Hydrogen Global Market Development at Sasol.